Oh my god, I swear, guys, I think I'm going nuts.
Here's how to handle being ghosted.
Ghosting. If somebody's ghosting you,
I got ghosted. Ghosted you.
ghosted.
Being ghosted. Ghosted.
Ladies, if you're getting ghosted by a man, move the on.
True.
So, what is it like dating as a 42-year-old single mother? So, I have always been the kind of person where I've had lots of darkness and shadows in my life, as many of us have.
Yes, ma'am, I have so many shadows. Just look at the shadows from my lights. So many shadows. Just look. Shadows, shadows. You want darkness? I was born in darkness.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
All my ladies who are in their late 30s and early 40s that feel like the universe is being like, yo, your time is up and you got to get to the back of the cave.
Another woman talking about the universe. The universe doesn't care about you. The universe isn't talking to you.
Why is dating younger men a problem? I feel like it is something that has been said so much to us women who are middle-aged. It's like...
Young men can't attract women their age, so of course they will smash older single mothers. And single mothers don't get attention from men their age, so they try to go for younger guys.
I'm 42. I'm fucking dead. As single ladies, contrary to what you think, we do choose to be single.
No, you
and
don't.
we do have men that would like to pursue us. Women in my generation.
Yes, but those aren't the men that you want. The men that you want don't want you. That's why you're single.
Need to stop being intimidated by younger women in their
Of course.
20s and early 30s. A good amount of comments on my page, and other women get this as well, of men saying things along the lines of, this is why you're single. We're not single because men don't want to be with us. It's not like we're at home stirring our witch's brew and fermenting potions under the full moon. We're single because we have gone through a lot of stuff that has shown us what we want and what we don't want, and that we're better off alone until we find what we do want.
What did I tell you? So they're not choosing to be single. They want to be with a man, but they can't find the man that they want because those men don't want them, because those men want younger women. That's why she was talking in the previous video about younger women, because she has to compete with younger women.
Hi. So I'm officially 36 and I'm single against my will. So hello.
Against her will. That's what the first woman should have said from the start.
I didn't think I'd be here again, but here we are. So
once you stop looking for love, love will find you. Find me faster, biatch. I have this terrible nightmare that I'm simply never going to find anybody.
To be honest with you, I would rather be the girl everyone asks, why is she single, than the girl everyone thinks can do better.
Because she values the opinions of others over her happiness. And you say women aren't delusional. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I'm 32 and I'm dating in New York City, and over the last 2 years I've learned some pretty big life lessons in this dating journey and experience. So I thought I'd share them with you. The first one is, don't judge a book by its cover. As cliche as it sounds, it's true. Sometimes the most beautiful book in the bookstore actually turns out to be kind of a shitty book.
Okay, so she finally understood that even though Chad looks good on the outside, he just wants to smash. And it only took her 30-something years to realize that.
And other times, the book that you pick up that you don't normally read, it turns out to be one of your favorites. So that applies with dating as well.
And you match with a guy for 2 months, everything goes
Okay.
well.
Okay.
You have the same values, same standards, everything goes well. And then he tells you that he doesn't see a future because of your cultural differences. And you turn down hundreds of guys, and then you get turned down by the...
Guys, I don't understand cultural differences. Why does it matter? If she respects you and she trusts you and she sees you as a leader, she will follow you. No matter the differences, she will trust your judgment.
That one guy. One guy. If I don't laugh, I'm gonna cry.
Hitting the X, hitting the X, hitting the X, hitting the X. And I'm like, it has to get better. Like, it has to get better. Like, it's gonna get better, right? 45 minutes later, nope, it's not getting better. But no, like, just 5 more minutes, there's gonna be somebody. It's gonna get better. And then it doesn't get any better. The pictures people post, like, I see the first photo and I'm like, okay. And then I scroll and I'm like, whoa, wait a second. That's not you. That is not the same person. Like, how did you... What?
Guys, this is why I told you the pictures are very important if you're on dating apps. Get a professional photographer to make you some professional pictures. You will get a lot more matches that way. And stop posting pictures with your fish and your friends. Women just want to see you. I know that's your hobby, but you want to attract women, and women don't care about fishing or your boat. If it's not a yacht, they don't care.
I also don't understand people using pictures that look like they were taken on a flip phone from like 1,200 years ago.
The man you actually want is not interested in your money. The man you actually want does not care about that degree. Not that he doesn't care about it, but that's not what he's focused on or worried about. That's not what's going to raise his children.
Exactly. We're taught that our value is in our career and our money as women. Our value is what do you bring after 5? After 5 p.m. when the job is closed and you're just sitting on the couch with him, where's your value then? What conversation do you have? How fun are you? When is he saying, ooh, I can't wait to talk to Coriel. I haven't talked to her for a couple days.
Are you even fun? Do you smile? Are you fun to be around?
I've never been married. I've never had kids. And my last relationship was almost 3 years ago. I'm also the last single one in my friendship circle, and I know how isolating and how lonely that can feel. I just want you to know that it's okay if you're feeling that way. There's nothing wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you're not attractive or you're not wanted or that...
That's exactly what it means. You want to get a man, but you're still single. No man wants you. So what does that tell you? Something's wrong with you. Can you see how they aren't taking accountability for anything? Why am I single? Oh, well, it's not because of me, because I'm perfect. Oh my God, I swear, guys, I think I'm going nuts.
That you're never going to be in that relationship that you want to be in. And just because it hasn't happened now doesn't mean that it's never going to happen. I think as
just wait a bit and get some cats and it will happen eventually. Just wait.
Women, we've got a lot of pressure from society to be married at a certain age. And unfortunately, there's this sort of archaic notion that our value is based on our relationship status. And if I was to live believing all of what society says, I'd be so miserable. But here's a secret they don't want you to know.
Yeah, but she's not miserable because she goes to therapy and she takes some pills to not be miserable.
Being single is actually a gift, and there is so much power in having this time alone. You can do whatever you want. You can focus on your goals.
You know how I see them? It's exactly like you're talking to a homeless guy and he says, I choose to be on the streets. I could be a millionaire. And society has so many pressures put on us to be millionaires, but I actually like to be homeless and not know where my next meal comes from and having to beg strangers all day. But it feels so empowering because I can do whatever I want. Keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that.
Goals. You can build on your dreams. You can travel wherever you want to go. And I think for me, traveling solo has been one of the best experiences that I've had. And I probably wouldn't have had all these amazing experiences if I was in a relationship.
Of course, because you can't go on vacations with your guy. and have more fun and be in love. No, no, no. You can only go alone. Guys, we're going to skip this video because my brain just can't take it.
I almost lost my husband for the lack of respect that I showed him in our relationship. I grew up around women who I believed were not respectful towards men. They got loud, always were fighting. And for me, I always said I would never do that to my spouse. When I got married to Vincent, I worked very hard to make sure I never did those things. And in my mind, that correlated as I respect him. And it wasn't until we kept arguing and we kept fighting. And the one thing that he would bring up and say, you don't respect me. And in my mind, I'm like, but I do respect you. Like, I thank him for his grace.
Just because you don't yell at a man, it doesn't mean that you respect him.
Grace and his patience with me as I have learned, and I am still learning what respect look like.
Why are the most loyal and boyfriend material guys single? This is what I constantly hear from other girls, and I have the answer. I think it all stems that women are programmed to see the ideal man as weak, beta, or sus. And that is why they always fall for the guy that cold approaches them and uses some cheesy, corny pickup line.
Yeah, Chad.
But then they're surprised when 3 months later they got cheated on. I really think
or they have a kid with that guy, and then they complain, oh, he was a narcissist, he did this, he did that, he cheated on me. That's the man that you chose. Take accountability.
we need to stop romanticizing players and romanticize guys that are nervous to talk to women. Hear me out. I'm talking about the guys who overthink and do not want to cold approach a girl because they do not want to come across as a creep. And girls just don't get it. They're always like, shoot your shot. Like, the worst she can say is no. No, ladies, that is not the worst she can say.
The worst she can do is call the cops.
Trust me. You see, most guys can easily hold a conversation, but they're afraid to start it. It should be seen as cute or endearing when a guy is nervous to talk to you. He's fidgeting, he's not making direct eye contact all the time, or maybe stepping back and giving you space. Oh, and side note, you're not going to find these guys at the clubs or parties. They're at home.
Yes, but women reject guys that seem nervous, that seem shy, that don't know how to talk to women, because in their eyes, it's clear those men don't have any experience with women.
4 reasons why it's way better to meet your person in your 30s. Number 1, you're no longer dating people who have potential. You're dating the complete full package, somebody who is already who they want to be.
Tell me again, guys, why would you want to date a woman in her 30s when she expects you to have everything figured out? You have to be rich, you have to know how to dress, you have to know how to talk to women. When you can date a younger woman that doesn't have all these demands and is more feminine and doesn't have her attitude. Why would you want to put up with a woman like this? I don't get it. Do you enjoy being in pain? Do you like to suffer?
2, you're already financially stable, so you can do whatever you want.
We don't care about your money. Only a broke guy would care about your money, and you would never date a broke guy. So your money doesn't matter to us.
You can go take an amazing trip. You can get better gifts from this person. All of the things. 3, the timeline is pretty much out the window. You already know yourself. You know who you want. You know what it looks like when they come into your life. So the timeline is up to you. Number 4, you by now know how to handle your emotions so much better. You've done the work on yourself, so you're not going to be running into these roadblocks.
That's not true. That's not true. You can see women at 70 that don't know how to handle their emotions.
And fighting as much as you might have if you met in your 20s.
If money grew on trees, women would marry monkeys.
Girl, if you think dating an older man is gonna solve all your immature dating problems, you are so wrong. I was dating a 52-year-old, right? Like literally decades older than me. This fool acted like he was 25, okay?
He was 50, but why did you date him? Because he's probably very rich, because he has lots and lots of options. That's why he was acting the way that he did.
We need to start asking the right questions when we're dating. right? We don't need to be focused on age because age tells us nothing.
I think social media has made people feel like everybody wants to date me. Do you see how many likes I got on my picture? Do you see how many people are in my DMs? But interest doesn't necessarily mean value.
Yes, they just want to smash. That doesn't mean they want to marry you.
Just because someone is interested in you doesn't mean they necessarily value you or they actually want to date you. They might just want to smash you. So if we're honest about what it is, most people are getting a lot of attention, but that doesn't mean that they're getting a lot of respect. And the truth is, there aren't that many people that truly value you.
Why didn't you marry the man you chose to have a child with?
He wasn't good enough for me.
What I need you to understand, on the open dating market, you come into the open dating market with a baby from a man you say wasn't good enough for you. To us, to men like myself, to men with good sense, that would says she is a poor judge of character because she gave a man the highest honor a woman can give any man on the planet, a child. And then she gave a man who wasn't good enough for her a baby. Sorry, ma'am.
I'm allowed to make poor judgments.
You are, but the world does not owe you understanding. First of all,
Yeah, you made mistakes, now you have to pay for them. Why do you expect Prince Charming to just come up and save you from your mistakes? You're not in a fairy tale. You're not in a Disney movie. You're not a princess.
your child is your least of your problems. Because you can get your ass up here and be emotional and talk loud. It's going to overcome the fact that you made a baby with a dude that you say ain't good enough. That's your problem. The world does not owe you understanding.
True.
And you sound like you need a whole lot of damn therapy because you're far too angry about what you chose to do. You can't make this shit up, people.
So my deadbeat baby dad called me last night talking about, let's go back to court because what I'm paying you a month is just way too much. And then he also said that he's moving back home within like the next month after summer. And he said he wanted to talk about when he can have Lennon so that his payments can go down. I have a big mouth. I'm never going to shut the fuck up, especially when it comes to my kids.
I can see that. That's why you're still single.
Take me to court. Let's run it back to court because I promise you, you're going to end up paying way more than you actually pay. Another thing, sir, you've met your child 3 times in her entire over 2 years of life. If you think I'm just going to magically give her...
Okay, I get it. He's a shitty father. But you chose to make a baby with that guy. So what does that say about you?
...to you with open arms? Absolutely not.
The reason that you haven't found love yet, if you're a single woman who's over 30, isn't because you're not on the right app, and it's not because you're not putting yourself out there enough. It's because you haven't done the deeper work to clear your subconscious mind of all of the programming from your childhood, all of the fear, all of your past relationship baggage that are causing you to attract the wrong men. And you haven't done the work to create a life that you truly love in a way where you're completely unattached from the outcome of finding love. Because doing those 2 things, clearing your subconscious blocks and creating a life you love, that makes you completely magnetic to people. But most of all,
yeah, just going to therapy will make you magnetic to men.
Magnetic to really great men.
Get ready with me while I tell you my perspective on dating in your 30s. The dating world is insane. Coming from a girl who just got out of a 5-year relationship and never has had to go on a dating app or really had like Instagram and social media so forefront of dating, it honestly scares me. Coming from a girl that really does not want to be on a dating app, like, I'm a little scared. I feel like I'm gonna meet.
If you don't want to be on a dating app, then don't. Nobody's forcing you.
My man's in person, in passing. But then I always think like a lot of guys don't want to come up to you and talk because they're intimidated. They're just...
We are not intimidated by you. Oh my God.
Just as intimidated as you. So if both of us can't talk to each other and we're too scared to talk to each other, then how are we ever going to know each other? I think I did pretty good today. And I know that looks aren't everything, but I actually haven't even been seeing that hot of guys. And I know that we shouldn't judge a book by its cover. I want to be so attracted to my husband that I need...
Don't worry, ma'am. You will be still single at 40 and maybe you'll have some cats.
I need my husband to be hot.
I make more than a doctor, and I capitalize off of men. You guys are my biggest fans, even if you're haters.
No, those aren't men. Those are simps.
I made over $400,000 last year, and it is all because of you.
That's why I tell you guys, stop being simps.
So you guys want to keep clowning on work? Keep it up, because if you guys just came together as a whole, as men, we wouldn't be in business. We are profiting off of you. Thank you. Keep subscribing to our, keep talking about sex workers, because we are making so much more money, and I'm about to be out $1 million this year. So keep it up.
Do you think marriage is a good idea for young men?
No, they're not.
Okay, why?
I think young men should learn how to become men, and you need to get some experience and wisdom. I think young men should become wise men before they marry.
You shouldn't think about marriage at all, because in the West, the laws are against you. But if you really, really want to do it because of your religion or something like that, you shouldn't even think about it before you're 30. Because before you're 30, you don't know shit about life. I was 20, I was 25 at some point. I was stupid as shit. I was stupid as a rock. If I look back at myself when I was 25, I didn't know shit. If I got married then, it's clear I would have gotten divorced.
And they should become experienced men, and they should become dependable men, not young men. And I don't think you can be young and dependable and wise and experienced. I think you need time. I know I did.
How old were you, Grant, when you got married?
45. I didn't have kids till I was 50. I think that attributes to me being a better father. My kids we have fun together, but there's a nice balance between fun, responsibility, accountability, availability. I would tell young people, man, first of all, you shouldn't look to get married. You shouldn't even look to get laid. You should leave women alone early on. Leave them alone. You have nothing to offer. You should
you should focus on your money.
Be so busy looking for accomplishment and confidence. And confidence comes through accomplishment. And then when a man's confident, he can get married. Confident in himself.
Okay, so since we already started talking here about being a single woman, I figure I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to use this as my diary. I hope you guys can relate. So a couple of months ago, I started talking to a therapist because I thought I had severe ADHD. Come to find out, on her assessment, I had ADHD, anxiety, depression, the whole fucking nine, right? So she puts me on Wellbutrin, best medicine ever. And something really interesting happened. So there was this guy who I will say dealt with, because it wasn't anything serious, for 10 years, but I was like in love with him. I couldn't figure out why nothing ever transpired between us. Me being stupid, it's fine. Long story short, when I started taking this medicine, my fixation and my thoughts and thinking about him all the time like went away, right? And I was talking to my therapist and she's like, do you know why that is? And I was like, no. And she's like, you fixated on the situation because your anxiety could not stand that you could not control it. So babe, the question that I have for you is, the next time that you are stressed out and crying over somebody's little dick son, is, do you actually care about him, or do you just hate that you can't control him? Because
why would you want to be with a woman that always wants to be in control? Why would you want to be with a woman that talks like her, that is very masculine? I don't get it.
What's the effect of boy growing up in a female-led household?
Women have a difficulty being as stern with their sons as men do.
Yeah.
And the father knowing what's out there waiting for his son, that other men will kill him, that other men will take full advantage of him in a way that a woman does not understand.
That's true.
And women will take advantage of him.
True.
There are things that happen to you and I we have never ever talked to our wives about.
That's for sure.
But you'll pull your son over and say, listen, you need to watch this. They can give you nuances. They can tell you how to walk. They can tell you how to talk. Put some bass in your voice. Put a grip behind that handshake. Look him in the eye. Fathers teach their sons that. I'm going to take you to get your first job. You show up early. You leave late. You don't steal. You don't lie. Do you understand me? If you have to deal with me. Make your bed. Do your chores. If not, there's going to be hell to pay. It's binary.
Yeah, he teaches you structure and discipline in your life.
All the time. As he gets older, the gray areas can come in, and he protects him.
I gotta ask, man, what's it like living without the internet?
It's all right. I just get photos of your mom through the mail.
Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.